Welcome back to Lessons Learnt. My name is Sherry and you are watching Monday Quilt Chat. Here we are again on a Monday, ready to get our week started off again. So the weekend was nice. Got a few things done. Hope you did too. I went a little rogue actually this weekend. I decided to just start a new project. Why not? It's not like I, already have 10 or 15 projects going at the same time, but that's just what we do, isn't it? I had ordered a Jolly Bar from Fat Quarter Shop, and it was of a Moda line by Fig Tree and Company called Strawberries and Rhubarb. Here's some of the... It looks like this. It's got peach and it's got some greens, and it's pretty much 100%, other than the sashing and the border, half square triangles. The pattern that I'm using, it's called the Sweetie Pie pattern that was included with the Jolly Bar. So that's what it looks like, but I just wanted to show you here how, see where they're sashing. Now on the picture, it shows it being the same as the background, but I'm going to use some different color sashing in there just to kind of break all those half square triangles up. I get it that, this is a certain look. It just kind of looks like it's all floating on there, but I wanted a little more definition on it. Strawberries and Rhubarb by Fig Tree. I was going to look and see how far back that was from. I think it's probably 2021. Let me look. Some of you all have probably worked with that in the past. I have not. I've bought Fig Tree fabrics before. I like them. I especially like their large florals that they have, like this one. They have a lot of stuff like that I like. Let me look up the Moda site here. I was right about that. For 2021. I was just kind of guessing, so I guess I got a halfway decent memory. But Strawberries and Rhubarb is what it's called. So if you like fabrics that have that orange and green retro-y looking look to it, that's what this is. I have 144 half square triangles. I've got this many trimmed already. I've just got this much left. So that's what I was doing while I was sitting here. I thought I would sit here and cut some of those while we're talking, but I probably can't do two things at once very well. Or can I? We shall see. I love these little Clearly Perfect slotted trimmers by New Leaf Stitches, Carrie Carr. They come in whole sizes and half sizes, and you just put your line of stitching on there according to what size you want your half square triangle to be when you open it up. So these ones are 4.5. So I just put it on the 4.5 line and trim the two angles, and then cut the dog ears off. So that's what I'm doing. Started a new project. Yes, I did. So this is easy and a little bit mindless as well, and I can add some fabrics from my stash to construct it. Actually, this background fabric that I'm using is leftover pieces from a backing, and it looks like this. It's kind of a dictionary. Looks like old newsprint, but it's dictionary. I had used that on the back. It was a 108. I'd used it on the back of that flashback flannel, or flannel flashback, whatever it's called. you know, the one I have in the camper, that's on the back of it. And I quilted that one, so I had the scraps, and I thought, you know how you get those weird long scraps from backings? You know, your quilt is maybe 72 by 80 or something like that, and then you have, you know, you have 108 by 108, so you've got these long strips that it's hard to know exactly how much fabric is really there. This particular pattern called for, I think it was 3 1/4 yards. Yeah, 3 1/4 yards of background fabric, and you know, so many squares. And I just started cutting the squares. I thought, if nothing else, I'll have a whole bunch of 5-inch squares out of this if I don't end up with enough. If I had had enough to do the sashing, maybe I would have done the sashing in that too, but I didn't quite have enough. I ended up with just a handful of scraps that I'll cut down further for my 2-inch project, or just to have in my scrap stash. That's another thing I've been wanting to get back to too, is some crumb quilting. Not with the teeny tiny pieces, but like with the adding machine tape. You know, the little strips. I keep wanting to throw those in that basket. Yeah, my little cutoffs here, I had a basket sitting there to throw those into, and then I moved my basket. You ever do that? Just kind of get a little disorganized and forget what you were doing. So, yeah, that's what I did. Last week, too, I did finish my other side of my... did I show this on Friday? I think I did. I did finish both sides of this. But I haven't gone any further than that, because I'm going to make the video of how to get these off, how to get the paper off, and how to finish it. So, I still have that left to do. Oh, I have big news, big news. Well, it's not huge news, but I'm excited about it. Remember the red and white quilt that you guys donated some fabric for, and I put together, and I sent that to my long armor, and I will be getting it back tomorrow. Actually, Monday, which is today, right, for you? This is Sunday for me. So one thing I want to do right away is make my binding, because I haven't made my binding, and I can do that today. So yes, I will be doing that, because as soon as I get it, I want to get that binding on there. I love to do my bindings by machine. I don't know, I just feel like it's stronger, and after you've done it several times, it turns out really, really neat and clean looking. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yep, one of them's done. One of the 8 quilts I sent. I wonder which one she'll do next. I guess that depends on me. We'll have to talk, Mary. Okay, what else do I need to share with you this week? Oh, I have a little bit of a mail call. You know how Pat Sloan always has her little mail call? Well, a lot of channels have mail calls, don't they? A lot of creators, people get gifts sent to them. People share their projects with you, and you know, other things, showing their appreciation, which is nice. Not necessary, of course. Just the fact that you watch the videos all the way through is gift enough for me. But I did get a gift in the mail from a friend. She makes these little square baskets, and I ended up putting my clips in this one. I like her basket for my clips better than the rope one I did, so I'll use my rope one for something else. And she sent me a gorgeous pattern, origami by Folded Fabric Patchwork. This is some sort of folding technique that's used, hence the name origami. I'm curious about, and I love that it's set on point. So I need to find me some colorful fabrics in here and put that together or start on it. Yes, I love that. Thank you, Dolores. Very sweet. I also, you know, I did all those magazines last week, and then that very next day I got another magazine in the mail. It was the AQS. So I guess I have 3 magazines coming now. I don't know. I better watch myself or I'll get this room completely full of stuff again. But I want to share that with you. Let me go through that. See what's in there that you might be curious about. If you ever want anything from AQS, that's American Quilters Society. That's the organization that puts on the Paducah Quilt Show and then other quilt shows around the United States. They have a magazine. And I've shared this magazine with you before. Not this particular one, but I have shared this with you. It's a very well organized book. And not a book, but a magazine. It says Fall Fashion Wearable Quilts. I haven't opened this, so you're seeing it with me. It says Elementary, Dear Quilter, the mystery quilt revealed. Botanicals are blooming in 4 patterns. This sounds right up my alley, by the way. And then designing collaborations from garden to quilt. I took the label off so you can... That's pretty right on the front there, isn't it? I heard this past week that the longtime organizer and founder of the quilt show in Paducah is retiring. 30 years, I think she has. Her last name is Browning. I think it's Bonnie, maybe? Yeah. Well, let's see what's in here. Bonnie Browning. Blue wants in. Hold on just a second. He's a huffing and a puffing. Come on. Come on. Say hi to the peoples. Yeah. Say hi to the peoples. Oh boy, he smells like the great outdoors. And you're warm. Let's see what he does. He'll probably lay on the cold floor for a while and get his breath back. Yeah, since 1994, Bonnie Browning has been the executive show director for the American Quilters Society. She's on Quilt TV, the AQS channel on YouTube. She does interviews, shares quilting tips and techniques. Here's an interesting thing. It says, wear your quilt proudly. Quilted coats are trending and quilted shawls are uber chic. They aren't just stylish. A quilted shawl is also practical and popular with all generations. Oh, it's a digital pattern. Look at that. Nobody wears shawls, but it's pretty hanging there like that. Has fringe on it. Interesting. Kind of reminds me of Native American wear. Just going through all the books here. Oh, a fashion show of wearable quilts. Check those out. Cool. I gotta get my duster done, y'all. It looks like maybe it's going to be a winter project, doesn't it? No, I'll be wearing it next spring. It's too hot to... Maybe that's why I've been out of the mood to work on it, is because it's too hot to think about a coat of any kind. So, oh, here's a pattern in here. If you get this magazine, or if you want to get it, of someone wearing one of those fringed quilted shawls. I don't know, you just have to have the right occasion to wear that. Looks like a big giant carpenter star on the back of it. It's what it is. The pattern is in here. Here's another picture of it. Interesting. Looks like they have, I could be wrong, but it looks like flannel on the inside of it. I have to check that out. Here's Elementary Dear Quilter Mystery Quilt Clue 3 of 3. I'm not involved in that, so I don't know. It's like an on point star, Moyne star. Pentagonias. It's a wall hanging. Lots of applique. Pattern in here for that, and also applique shapes. Designing botanical fabric. Unique collaborations from garden to market. I'll have to read this. If I find something I want to share with you in it, I'll share it with you next week. Look at this. Who doesn't love botanicals? Flowers, leaves, all the colors. Here's this one close up. It's called Refracted Blooms, and the pattern is in here. Oops. Gorgeous. Rise and Shine, Part 5. Cute. Not my style, but cute. Kiss of the Sun. Very pretty. I wonder if that's constructed or appliqued. I'd like to see that. No, there's no applique. Huh. That might be fun to try. Okay, so it's constructed like this. So nine blocks basically. Oh, there is some piecing patterns here. Unless you had a ruler like that or something. Don't know. Okay. Bird watching is what this one is called. Looks like all the fabrics have birds on them. Doesn't look too complicated. Free motion quilting pattern in here. And that's it. That's not it. There's plenty of things to read in here, and tips and tricks and experiences of people and whatnot. So if you're not an American Quilt Society, go to AmericanQuilter.com. Sign up for that magazine. You get a little discount if you're a member. I think the membership is $25, I think. And I'm not affiliated. So there's that. Let's see. A little bit more on the paper piecing. I know I'm going to have another video this week. But any of you who have struggled, and like I said before, everybody struggles a little bit with paper piecing, especially getting started. Just remember that when you take those first two pieces that are attached, you know, as a result, you attach them, and that kind of gets you off and running. Just remember that your fabric always goes on the back side, and those two pieces are right sides together. Okay? So you always have right sides together, right? When you're sewing and quilting, always. So just remember that, and then just stay above that right inside that line of the number 1 starting point. It's just very hard to explain from here. Did you hear that? That is not my stomach. That is that dog's stomach. I don't know. Maybe the neighbor gave him a treat. So anyway, keep on plugging. Get your little heart done. Or how many ever you're going to make. I really, really enjoyed this. I really do. And I'm anxious to get back to paper piecing. to do my other 2 hearts that I want to do. So if you're interested in doing that, check out my 2 videos. There's a playlist, and see if you can understand me enough to get started on it and try it out. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. If you want to challenge yourself, it's a good one. It's not, one paper piecing pattern isn't all that much different than the next. Your size of your pieces might be smaller the smaller you make your block, but have confidence that all of you can do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Those are not famous last words. You really can do it. Let's see, what else? The calendar for this week. I'm going to do that binding for the red and white quilt. That's a Monday thing. Yay. And then Tuesday, I'll be making your number 3 FPP video, part 3. Wednesday, let's see. I'm going to put Happy Days down again. I didn't do it last week. 2 hours. I was supposed to work on it for 2 hours on Wednesday. I'm not sure what happened. Not sure. And then Friday or Thursday, I'll make the Friday video. And then there we are at Friday and Saturday. Again, I'll see what happens for those. I do better if I leave those blank until I can get into things this week and see how it's going to work out. Here's the quilt for the week. It's called the Butterfly. Is that the same butterfly everybody's making? The one that Pat Sloan made, and I don't know, I've seen it a lot. I don't know if it's the same one. 85 by 90, Dorinda Evans of Madison, Mississippi. To stitch the butterfly, Dorinda started with a fat quarter package of Tula Pink's Woodland collection, as she used multi-sized blocks from Tula's The Butterfly pattern. Yes, that's it. She enjoyed incorporating music prints and K-facet favorites as she arranged the colors, creating a smooth color flow through the wings. She carefully cut the woodland animals, dots, and stripes to create some surprises for the viewers. The quilt was machine quilted by Ingrid Whitcher, using both ruler work and freestyle quilting, including the butterfly's antenna. Oh yeah. Dorinda is ready to enter this fun quilt as soon as quilt shows return. This must have been pandemic, post, shortly after pandemic timing of when that was written. Yeah, see if you can see the antenna that's been quilted into that. Nice. And then there's the close-up of some of the quilting down there in the corner. Yeah. How many of you have made the butterfly? Put that down in the comments. I have not made it. I don't have the pattern. I can probably get my hands on one pretty easy. But, yeah, not ready for that yet. Maybe next year. Alright, so that's my week. Coming up, I'll keep working on this little rogue project that I started. I'll keep working on my hearts. And I will get that Happy Days out. It's been put off too long now. So I'm going to have to get that out. I was in the mood to do it last week too. It just didn't happen for some reason. I was in the mood. I think it's because I got going on that bird that I was going to send to Pat Sloan, which I did send it to her. I think I got going on that, and that took up my time for Happy Days. I will do Happy Days this week. I will work on it at least 2 hours. I'm going to keep telling myself that. Encourage me in the comments. Yeah. All right, so let's get going on some things today and get our week off to a good start, sewing a little bit every day. And I will see you back here on Wednesday for part 3 of the FPP if you're watching that. If you're not doing the project, watch it anyway. You might learn something. Never know. You might see something you've never seen before. or heard something you've never heard before. And then again at the end of the week on Friday. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.